And
with the ultrasonic sensor.
not just ultrasonic sensor, okay? We use the encoder, right? We get it from the encoder B, right? So that's why you can get distance, you can get degrees, you can get three things when you use the encoder. So today we're going to learn another sensor. So that's the last sensor we are going to learn, okay? Then we will finish all sensors and actions. So then we will go into it advanced. So let me share my screen.
Sure do have a lot of apps opened.
All right. So what are we going to learn? So we are going to learn the gyroscope sensor. So what is a gyroscope sensor? Gyroscope sensor can tell you the orientation. That means which direction are you facing to? So you can read the angle from the sensor, okay, the angle. So a full circle, you remember, okay, full circle is 360 degrees. So when you reverse your orientation, so you face east, now you face west. You change the angle by 180 degrees. That's a half of a circle, right? So you go here and then face to west. So that's a 180 degrees. So now let's display what angle we have on UV3. Okay, so let's just try it. Let me get all the sensors. Okay, you say you have the light sensor, ultra sensor, color sensor, touch sensor, but you do not say gyroscope, right? If I put it here, you don't have anything. But, okay, so let me do this.
Wait, Coach Young, how did you get that little like screen thingy?
Okay, let me show you how to do that.
Well, you can get the gyroscope from the robot configuration.
So you look at my screen, the little thing, you click on this button, okay? You will get all those readings from the sensors. And if you click UV3, that's your display, right? That's your display. All right, so let's just do something. Let's get the sensors. And when you open sensors, do you see you get angle from a gyroscope?
Yep.
Okay. If you see that, so let's just do a simple one. All right, so let's just do a display. All right, so what are we going to display? Let's just use to get angle from the gyroscope. And then let's do an loop, an infinite loop. We will be able to see what it is, right? So let me have my UV3. And then now let me just run it. I do not do anything else.
Coach Young, I know why it's not moving.
Tell me why.
Because you didn't put like drive forwards or anything. Like you didn't put like you didn't make it drive forward or something.
And like you haven't moved forward. That means you haven't moved haven't like move forward, just like what he said, like it's going to keep on doing 0 if you just stay in the same place.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right, Alvin. You're right.
Do you get 0?
If you drop,
Do you guys get 0 display here? 0.
yeah,
Yeah, I got
You
one
get
too.
0, right? Okay.
Yeah, I got
0.
Okay, listen. So when you face the right, you get 0. Okay, now let's just change my program a little bit. So let me stop it. So what I'm going to do, I drag this out. And then now let me just do it. Turn 90 degrees. And then I do an display. So let's see what happens.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So you mean that, oh, I get it. The gyroscope is full of angles. So it's 0, it goes to 30, 60, 90.
You are good. So let me run it, okay? Let's see what do I got. I got an angle almost 90 degrees, right? So you see here you face east. It's 0 degrees. And then now you make a turn, a right turn. You get a 90 degrees, right? So, and you see, make a right turn. It's 90 degrees. All right. So let's make a left turn. I wanted to see how many degrees we got. Okay. Let me stop it and then let me run it. And let me run it.
I think it will change to, yeah, 269.
Yeah, it's almost at 270 degrees, right? So that means you turn 90 degrees. Because I said a full circle is 360 degrees. 360. So you turn left. So you see it should be like 360, 359, 358, 350, 200, 360, okay. So it's like 357, and then 300, and then 299, 298. So it's get into 270. So that's left. You're facing north. So you know that the gyroscope can tell you which orientation you are having, right? And how many degrees you are turning your robot. So it can reading that. It can give you that information, right? Does this make sense to you? Does it make sense? Good. Okay. All right, Charlie. So do you have a question?
No.
So does this make sense to you, Charlie?
Yes.
All right, that's good.
Why is Charlie's name Charles instead of Charlie?
All right, so let me then move on. So you understand this now. So let me just close that. So let me move on. So what I'm going to learn is that, so let's display what angle we have on UV3. So next one is that, now let's turn right 90 degrees and see what the angle is. Keep doing this for 4 times. Every time we show the angle on UV3. Okay, so let's do this. So let me just come back. So let me do this. And I will do a control. And I will repeat 4 times. Okay, 4 times. So every time I will make a turn. I will turn, let's say, turn right. Every time I return 90 degrees, then what display it? And I wanted to see it, right? So then I wanted to wait. I wanted to wait for some time. So do we have a wait here? Okay, so wait for 3,000 milliseconds. That's about 3 seconds, so you can see it clearly. Okay, and then before you do that, okay, we also need to clear the display. If I do not clear it, then the next display will overlap with the previous display, right? So I wanted to clear the display. So now let's see how it looks like. Let me get my UV3. All right. So if you look at my screen, click on it, you see 90 degrees, 180, 273, and then 4, right? So let's make it a little bit slower, okay? So let's wait longer with 3,000, 4,000 seconds, okay? So now let me do it again. And then get UV3. Look at my screen. With this 90 degrees. So it will stop for 4 seconds. 180, 270. It's about 0. Okay, so you remember this. So gyroscope can get you the reading for angle. So how many degrees have you turned? And as I said, 180 degrees, if you read 180 degrees, then you are facing on the opposite direction. Okay, if you turn 360 degrees, you are facing the same direction because you're coming back. It's a full circle. It is a full circle. 90 degrees, turn right. Okay, if you turn left 90 degrees, then it is 270. Okay, so let me pause here. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah, but do we share what we got?
Yep, I want you to share, see if it works on your computer.
Me, I want to go first always. My EV3, put it over here. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4. How's that?
Cool. All right, good. So,
Yay.
Charlie, do you want to show yours?
Yeah.
No, Coach Young, every time when I share my screen, it just turns off my camera.
I did not. Okay. Maybe your computer setting. All right, Charlie, go ahead. Get your UV3. Run it. Cool. Cool. Wonderful. Okay. Good. So anyone else wants to share? Okay. So Arvin, go ahead. Very good. Very good. Thank you. So
Wait,
earlier, yes, you have a
is
question?
90 degrees a right angle?
Yeah, the right 90 degrees is the right angle. Yes, it's about the right angle. But you know, when you use a sensor, so because the sensor you reading it, it may not be exact, not be like a 100% accurate. So that's why you see a different, a small difference there. But you need to be tolerant on that. You have a tolerance. So when you do reading, you do campaign, do not use equal to. If you do equal to, it may not be caught. You may not be able to caught it that exact moment. Okay. So Idea, do you want to share yours? No. So does it work for you, Idea?
Yeah.
All right. Good. So Miss Key, do I still miss some students?
Yeah, you have two Linton and Mason, so I just called them. Yeah, they are coming. Yeah.
They forgot it?
Yeah, I don't know. I called their uncle, their parents. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you say you understand the gyroscope, right? You understand the angle, the orientation. The gyroscope can help us on that. All right. So that's a very good. So let's move on. So I use the repeat and the wait and clear the display to do this. Okay, I did that already. All right. Can you do use a steer and then stop when the robot has turned 90 degrees? Can you guys do this? If you cannot, let's do this, okay? So let me turn off.
Can we work on it first?
Yeah, go ahead and work on it. So I want you to like turn 90 degrees and then you stop your robot. You cannot use a turn, okay? You have to use a steer. Steer, okay? You steer, then when it turns 90 degrees.
Wait, is the rest of is the everything else the same?
No, you do not
Except-
need you don't need anything of those, okay? You don't need anything of those, but you just use a steer. Now when it turns 90 degrees,
But how many times do you repeat?
you do not repeat, okay?
Okay.
Do you know how to do that?
Maybe.
Tell me your thought how to do this.
You can steer forwards.
Hmm?
Stop.
And how can you stop?
Using, you know, like using the little, there's this like little like thing in action. There's stop.
Okay. So can you try to program it? How many
Yeah.
minutes do you need? Tell me.
What do you mean by
Okay,
that?
you can share it, and then yeah, let me see how you do it. Yeah. So how is that 90 degrees or not?
That is not 90 degrees.
Yeah, it's not 90 degrees, and you use distance there. You should not use distance. Okay.
Oh, whoopsies. So basically, so what do I do then?
Yeah, you need to tell me how to do it. So
If it's
does anyone know how to do this? Does anyone know it? All right, if you do not, let's just work together, okay? All right, so what I'm going to do is that I need to use a loop, right? I will repeat indefinitely. And in this loop, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a steer. So this is steer, okay? because I wanted to turn 90 degrees, right? So that means it's you turn right, it will be 90 degrees. So that means left needs to be move quick. So I will make a left 30, make a right 10. Right? So that will steer. But how can I know that it has turned 90 degrees? How can I know that? All right. You say, how can I know that? Now I need to use a sensor. So what I'm going to do is that I do a decision. So what decision am I going to do? I'm going to do a logic. Okay. So what logic should I do? So if I get the angle from gyroscope, and if the angle is larger than or equal to 90 degrees, right? Then what do I do? If this is equal to 90 degrees, what do I do? Again, so I'm just going to record the loop. All right, so look at my program here, and then let me run it. And I want you guys to look at my screen first. Okay, so it will turn right, right? So let me run it. It will steer and going right. See? It's exactly 90 degrees. And then it jump out and it stops there. All right, so let me close my simulate. And then can you take a look at my application and then do yourself? And I want you to share it to me. What?
First.
Who wants to share it?
Me.
Go ahead.
My name. My Among Us name.
Cool. All right. Who
Yay.
else wants to do that? Who else?
Can I share?
Yep, go ahead. And Charlie, do you realize what may cause the problem? So 90 degrees, you remember, okay? 90 degrees is facing down, okay? Facing down. So that means you need to turn right. If you want to turn right, then you need to have a
Turn right, Chibi.
the high speed on the left motor, lower speed on the right motor. So that way it will turn right, right? So
You want
here,
right, you want speed right to be 10 and speed left to be 30.
you just remember that left speed needs to be larger than the right speed. So you will turn left or right.
No,
Okay?
Charles, you want to keep the 0 there. You want to keep this both of the zeros. Change the bottom 0 to 10 and Change the left 0 to 30.
Okay, now run it. Cool. So you
Told
got
you,
it.
Charlie.
You
Charles, I
got it.
mean.
Very good. So who else? Landon, do you want to share yours, Landon? Landon. Yes. And run it. Do you know why it's keep going? Because you did not jump out of the loop. So you still go into the loop. In the loop, you will still do the steering. So that is why. That's good. Now you're good. So now you should be good. Very good. Very good work, Landon. So Adir, do you want to share? Adir, do you want to share yours?
No, thank you.
All right. So how about you, Arvin? You finished?
Oh, my mouse is not working at all.
Your mouse does not work.
You see, and can I? I'm gonna share screen to show. Here's my code.
Can you click at this start point? So let's start from.
I'm trying. I'm gonna press it.
Okay, I think you get a problem. Property. Yeah, you
gonna-
see, you may need to reload your browser window. You want to refresh it. Looks like you got a problem there. Yeah, reload it.
This is the same computer I used in.
All right. So let's move on. What I'm going to do now. So you understand, right? The gyroscope can get you the degrees. The degree when you face east, that's 0. When you face south, that's 90 degrees. When you face west, it's 180 degrees. When you are facing north, that's 270 degrees. So it's a right angle there. So the full circle is 360 degrees.
It's okay. You don't have to worry about that.
360.
Just
Okay. 360 degrees there. All right. So you got it? Can you give me some feedback? You are good, right?
Yeah.
Very good. All right. So you can also reset the angle, just like what you do to time and the distance. So let's try that. Okay. Let's redo this. Let's not redo this one. So I will do an repeat 4 times. Okay. So every time I will turn 90 degrees. And in every turn, I'm going to show what degrees it is, right? So what degrees I should get from the sensor, from the gyroscope. And you are good on this already. So So Hedy, why your iPad cannot go to that website? Do your iPad has a browser? Okay, okay, go ahead. Yeah, just use your iPad. All right, so you can use this to show the angle. But okay, let me do this. Let me wait for 4,000 milliseconds. And then we will do another thing. What are we going to do? We will reset the gyroscope. And then now we will do the clear, right? We'll clear this display. Right? So what we added is that we just reset the gyroscope. I want you to take a look at it now. So let me get my EV3. And I want you guys to see that. Look
No,
at my
I went in the chat and clicked the button, and then I was able to go in there.
Okay, that's good.
Like the link.
yeah,
in the-
look at my screen. So if I run it, I want you guys to look at my screen, okay? Let me click on it. 92 degrees. Okay? 90 degrees. 90 degrees. 90 degrees. It has never get into like a 108. Why? Why? Because we reset the gyroscope. So if you reset the gyroscope, so the gyroscope reading now is 0. So when you make a turn, it is counted from that point. It counted from that point. Okay. So does this make sense? You just like you reset your distance, reset your time, right? So this makes sense to you, right?
Can we share now?
So let me ask you first, does this make sense to you?
100%. Yes.
All right. So how about you, Arvin? Does it make sense? Give me some feedback.
Oh, I'm trying to find out why it's keep on not working.
Okay, can you close your browser then?
Okay, I'm gonna check everyone.
Yeah, close your browser and then relaunch your browser again. Okay. So does this make sense to you earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, how about you, Charlie?
Yes.
Good. Okay. So are we?
Okay. I know.
Me.
Do we want to? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
No, I just need to change this to 90 degrees. It's supposed to be 90 degrees, right?
I got it. I think it's because I haven't turned on my internet.
How is that?
Yeah. That's it. Do you understand it, Ethan?
No, my name is Wise Name.
Yeah. Wise mean? Doesn't make sense to you? Wise mean?
It's Wise Name. Yes.
The wise name. Okay. All
That's
right,
my
Arvin.
first name.
Arvin, does it make sense to you?
Yes.
Good. All right. Can I move on?
Okay.
All right. So let's move on then. So what we are going to do is a very fun thing. Okay. So what are we going to do now? So I think after this, I want you guys to do yours. I want you to draw a flower. So let me see, how can I draw a flower? Let me go to my programs.
Oh, it works now. I found out what happened.
What happened?
I haven't turned on the VPN yet.
Oh, okay.
I always forget to turn off and on.
Okay.
Yeah, can I share my project now?
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
It works.
Kid. Come on now. Okay. It's wrong.
Wait, do you see the reset angle works, right? Reset gyroscope works for you, right? So if you reset it, it becomes 0. All right. All right. So let's do in the floor.
Oh, it's Ellie 143. Wait, 143?
All right. You look at my screen and I'm going to run it. All right. So let me just type this a little bit. So.
You got my clothes, honey?
Yeah. No, that's wrong.
Honey?
Yes, I did.
Okay, just asking.
Okay.
You know.
No, hold on. Wait, Ellie, stop. I'm unmuted, Mom.
Okay. Can you guys now see my screen and let's see what happens? So I'm doing the 6 petals flower. So it has 6 petals. Okay, bad. Let me redo it. All right.
So, Sean, can you show the full program?
Not now. Okay, let me just do
Okay.
this first. So let me do the 6 petal flower. And then I will show you the code, the blocks. So you know how it works. And then I want you guys to copy this, and then you can change it. See what else you can do, then what degrees you need to use. All right. So I'm doing a flower. So you say how many repeats I did? I do 6, right? I repeat 6 times. Now it's the third one. So I will do 3 more. Okay. All right, that's the 4th one. Now we'll do the 5th one, okay? Do not, all right, so let me show you the program now. Okay, let me just close this. So you see here is a program. So you see I use gyroscope every time when I repeat it. So I will reset it. Then I will just go to do a 90 degree. Okay, repeat it while it is less than 90 degrees. So you see, keep steering. So when it's 90 degrees, I will keep steering. But when it reaches that, it jump out and then reset it again. Then go to 120 degrees. Then go another 90 degrees, right? So 90 degrees, it's like a right angle. But when you are doing steer, so that's why you're going that way. So can you guys use this one? Look at this and then do it yourself. So in this repeat, actually it will do three things. The first thing is trying to steer to 90 degrees. And then, okay, turns back 120 degrees. It turns 120 degrees. Okay, you see here, it turns right. It's turn right. Okay, it turns right. So once it reaches 120 degrees, it's going almost back, but not exactly back. So then it go for another 90 degrees. So it's keep going that way. So it draws that flower. So you can go ahead and cut yourselves. So I'm going to run this one again. So let me just run it. So I will put it here. All right, a little bit more. Let me run it. So you guys can do yours and draw this flower. And this is using gyroscope to control the direction. You get the angle from gyroscope. So you know where you are moving to. Okay, you said keep going. And then once it's almost 90 degrees, then it'll make a bigger turn, almost 180 degree turn, right? It's 120 degrees. So make it a turn, and then just do steer. When it is almost turn the right angle, and then it'll do a bigger turn, 120 degrees, right? And after the finish, it is a flower. So that's use gyroscope to control it. And you will see that it goes back to the original place. Cool. Do you see that I finished the flower?
Yeah, can we test it now?
Yeah, you go ahead and test it. So
Yeah.
let me just close mine, so you can
you
look
share?
at my screen. All right, so let me stop sharing. So you guys look at this screen, right?
Yeah.
You remember it, so you are using gyroscope. So
Yeah. I
you
know.
check the degrees, how many degrees it has turned. All right, let me stop sharing. So who wants to share yours?
Me.
Okay, let me see. I do not get another volunteer. You go ahead and Can you
Yeah,
run it?
I just like to share first. So I'm gonna do this right here. I'm gonna go all the way over here. I'm gonna do right here. This looks. Oh. Key. How is it?
Looks very good.
No, I wanted to finish.
Yeah, let me see. So if you can draw one pedal, then you're supposed to be able to draw all of them.
It's turning into a flower, actually, when I look at it.
And if you wanted to do more, you can change the speed, the left speed to 30. Someone can do that.
Yeah,
See
but I
what
wanted
you
to finish. I
got.
wanted to finish. Let it finish. Let it finish, Coach Young.
Can I share? Mine's after.
Okay, can share yours.
Got it.
Very good. All right. Okay, Arvin.
Yay.
This kind of saves time.
Oh, good. Yes. Does it look beautiful?
Yeah.
Very good, right? So
Yeah,
you know,
Alvin. Hey, Alvin, you know that literally looks like the same thing what I did.
Mm-hmm.
so
Almost.
so you see the gyroscope can tell you the degrees, so you can control the degrees. So you can enjoy flower.
Sometimes like doing that. Yeah, that's mine.
All right, so who else? All right, Nandin, go ahead. Your turn. That's very good, and then yours is doing very good. So who else wants to try to change your speed, the left speed, let's say to 30. See what happens.
Yeah, I want to change it to 30 for both of them.
Yeah, you have to do for both of them. So make it
Okay, thank you.
balanced. See what you get. Who else wants to share? Nobody? Okay, can you all try to change it to 30? Then let's just pack. Oh, in fact, we're doing great today, right? You understand the gyroscope, and the gyroscope can give you the angle, and you can reset its angle. So you get 0 when you reset it. And then you know you can use the angle to control the orientation. And then you can get a lot of things done. The orientation, right? Very good job. Okay. So that's all I have for today. We are going to see you next week. Then, okay. So I want